Grand Prix Weekend was brought to you by Eurosport in association with Longines.
This is Eurosport, your favorite sports channel, bringing you the best sport there is wherever it is. So stay watching us and we'll keep the action rolling right here on Eurosport. We've another wonderful weekend of live sport coming up on Eurosport. On Saturday, we'll be going live to Gstaad, high up in the Alps, for semi-final action from the Rado Swiss Open Tennis Championships. And we'll be going back on Sunday for the final live. And on Saturday, we've more spectacular scenery and superb sport when we go live to the magnificent King's Court at glorious Glen Eagles for the final round of the Scottish Open. Faldo heads a star-studded field with Payne Stewart spearheading a challenge from the States. And since Saturday is Bastille Day, we'll be pedaling the 154 kilometers from Villard-de-Lans to Saint-Étienne on the 13th stage of the Tour de France. And on Sunday, we'll follow the riders from Le Puy-en-Velay to Villars. And to complete a magnificent weekend of live sport, we'll be going to Silverstone for every lap of the British Formula One Grand Prix. That's tennis, golf, cycling and motor racing, all live this weekend on Eurosport.
Eurosport, the number one.
Yo! It's back! It's TRAX! It's 2 hours long! That's long! Speed trial! Freestyle! Double dutch! You can say that again! You can say that again! It's 120 minutes of roller coaster action! Indoor fun ball! Monster tank! 540 mixed with freestyle skateboard! TRAX says it's safer with a rubber!
Eurosport, get the action. Eurosport, get the action. TRAX. This is crazy. Far out. Far out. TRAX.
The Battle Creek International Balloon Festival, as we see the pilots and crews inflating their balloons again. Right now, the cold air fans getting the air in. The propane burners will be turned on shortly. Each one of these pilots has gotten their briefing sheet. Now, the task briefing sheet has a bunch of information on it, not the least of which is different wind velocity at different altitudes. For instance, on a typical sheet, at 160 feet, you might have the wind at 9 knots at 170 degrees. But if you go up to 800 feet, it's back to 3 knots from 140 degrees. And if you should choose to go way up to 2,500 feet, well, the wind had shifted another 40 degrees to 7 knots. Now, some of the teams have chosen to take their own readings, but Balloonmeister Tom Shepard has taken a great deal of care to assemble the best weather crew he can. Everyone, it seems, has a different view of the proceedings here in Battle Creek, and everyone has a chore to keep busy. Well, they've had some time to do the chores because we've had a day and a half of absolutely horrible weather, constant, soupy fog. But now, the sun has broken through, and the task for today, a maximum distance event. Starting at the airport, the balloonists will get as far away as they can within the confines of a designated area. On this particular day, in the maximum distance task, it looks like the little village of Climax, Michigan. Can you believe that? Well, that's where the balloonists want to be. And we caught up with one of the competitors, Willard Hibbert, who's been involved in all the previous Battle Creek events, and he's in his balloon, Billy's bag.
Our target is off in the haze over there. What I'm going to try to do is follow these railroad tracks until they intersect with the street in Climax. One of the farthest points in our task is the center of Climax. The 4 corners in the village of Climax is one of the furthest points. The furthest point is off to our right, and there's no way that with the existing winds that we're going to be able to get over there. So we'll take the next furthest point and try to make it.
So Captain Billy, as he's known to the locals here in Battle Creek, makes his pitch, and he's got it down on the road, which is the boundary, but he's right on the edge. But some of the others are maneuvering their way toward Climax, and it looks like a couple may get closer than Billy has, who's down there behind that car.
The side of where it should be.
It's not really there, but it's close enough.
We're going to measure as many different ways as they are.
Right here is the best possible spot. So Ted, if you'd hold the tape here, we'll measure out to my marker. We'll see how many meters we are off. The difficulty of this is just like when we were coming in for the target, not only did we have cars, we had power lines, we had microwave dishes. Now we've got this minor problem with traffic, but let's see if we can't get the measurement.
Well, that's Al Nels deciding the measurement, and out in the middle of the intersection, an Englishman, Dr. David Bareford from Birmingham. He's a hematologist who has actually been sponsored in this competition by 4 Battle Creek policemen. Well, he and Al Nels are going to get the traffic through, make their measurements, and decide who's closest. And right out of town, Willard Hibbert has landed his balloon, and he's feeling pretty good about what he's accomplished.
There's our reference mark. Our baggie actually landed 8 foot in from there, which gives me hopefully a good result, because this is the boundary line of the scoring area. If I'd have been on the other side of the road on the grass, I wouldn't have got any result at all. But hopefully I'll do fairly decent on this one here.
Well, Captain Billy, you did fairly decent. It was a good result, but not a great result, because Al Nels and the good doctor from England are back in the center of Climax feeling very, very good about what they've done, as some of the other competitors come along now and get as close to the boundary mark as they can.
Well, you know, your imagination has surely gone crazy here today. We've seen balloons every shape, every size underneath the sun. How about the witch on a broomstick? The giant film canister, and of course, Tony the Tiger, look out for him. They've all been seen over the skies there in Battle Creek. And the giant Chronicle balloon, promoting a book of the same name, the Chronicle of the 20th Century. There's old Tony.
Party all night, cut the fight, do what's right.
sing will keep us together. We can beat them forever and ever. Oh, we can be heroes just for one day. Kick me! Kick me! Kick me! Kick me! Ow! 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 Punch me! Punch me! Punch me! Punch me! Punch me! Hurt me! Hurt me! Hurt me! Hurt me! Hurt me! Ow! Kick me! Kick me! Kick me! Kick me! Ow! Hurt me! Ow! Kick me! Call a doctor! Call a doctor! Call a doctor! Hurt me! Hurt me! Hurt me! Hurt me! Hurt me!
I do not recommend this for the viewers at home.
Now, this is the final event of the Steel Timber Sports Series, and we've been to West Virginia, New Hampshire, Texas, and now Ohio. Now, going into this event, the standings shape up this way. In first place, Roland Esslinger of McLeod, California, in first with 48 points. Behind him, Mike Sullivan of Winsted, Connecticut with 43. Melvin Lentz of Oregon with 39 points, and Rick Halverson back there in fourth from Wisconsin with 25 points. Coming up now is Roland Esslinger. He is the leader, the overall leader coming into this competition. 6'4". He'll be going against Billy Joe Kerr from Kentucky. Bear in mind, as I mentioned, they are going just against the clock, even though they're going against each other here indirectly.
Mel Lentz is helping Roland, and Jim is helping our other competitor.
And there you saw they have a little wedge in there that keeps the saw from sticking, as well as the lubricant, as finally he gets through a tough piece of pine there. So Esslinger burned through his piece of wood. Not so fast for the bearded one, however.
You have to remember, Kim, that Roland is a record holder in that event.
Now Rick Halverson, who won the hot saw, will be coming on a log, and Melvin Lentz, 6'5" from Creswell, Oregon. Lentz, by the way, uses a saw that's about 3 inches longer than the regulation.
Boy, we're looking at all the big boys right here, aren't we? I think that Mel's height is a real advantage to him in this particular event, as Roland helps Mel.
So Lentz is through, and Penny urges her husband on, and he's through as well. Put the hat back on, survey the damage, take very good care of that saw. Jerry Scott now up. All of these competitors, including Carson Bosworth, work out daily on one piece of equipment or another, the axe, the saw, whatever, try to keep in form.
I tell you what, Jerry Scott, seen right here, is one of the up-and-coming lumberjacks. I think he's kind of always on the fringe of doing real well. We're going to hear something from Jerry one of these days.
But I don't think any of these newcomers have equaled the feat of Roland Esslinger. He seemed to tear through his as he shares some advice with the other competitors. And last is Mike Sullivan. You mentioned before those forearms. Take a look at the guns on this guy. He starts off kind of slowly here.
Just as soon as Jim Colbert can, he'll wedge the log to keep it from pinching.
Now Sullivan is cooking, and he's through. Well, Jerry, it'll be interesting to see if Sullivan can catch up to Roland Esslinger's cut, because Esslinger seemed to get through his piece of wood as if it were plaster of Paris.
Yeah, and remember, first place means 10 points now, and obviously 10 points right here for Roland would almost put him out of reach for the other competitors, and old Mike knows that.
And Roland Esslinger does bring home the one-man buck first place, so he has 10 points. Mel Lentz in second with 7, Mike Sullivan third, and Scott was fourth. I think Mike Sullivan is a little bit disappointed so far in his performance. He was feeling as if he would do well in the competition today, and he has yet to get a first or a second. Well, as we look at the competitors getting ready for the final event, remember that Roland Esslinger is still in first place, but Mel Lentz and Sullivan have a chance to catch him as we watch Lentz now in the vertical chop and look at the length and strength of the arms of that Oregonian.
Well, we've been cutting and chopping all year long, and we are down to one event.
And Lentz is through the log first with Rick Halverson. Just gets through there now. The current leader, Roland Esslinger and Mike Sullivan. If Sullivan does well here, if he gets through the log first, he can make up a lot of ground.
Now, I wonder if he's going to use some of the expert advice that he was giving us a minute ago. That was very helpful in explaining exactly how this event occurs.
Esslinger got through the turn first. And Roland Esslinger has the best time so far. Mike Sullivan behind him, perhaps a little bit peaked because he may have gotten a harder piece of wood. As we watch the final pair come up here, Rudy Detmer and Jim Colbert. He is the training partner of Mike Sullivan from Winsted, Connecticut.
Kim, the look on Mike Sullivan's face there a minute ago kind of showed you that he's in trouble as far as winning the overall goes. Mike Colbert right here cannot win either, but he can certainly move up a spot or two. And you have to remember, these guys have been competing all day long. This is a tough go. It takes a lot of endurance.
The likable Detmer is through first, followed by Jim Colbert, who takes a rather wry look at his log. And here are the final standings for the standing chop. Roland Esslinger, no surprise there. He wins, gets 10 points. Mel Lentz was very, very close to him, but he comes away with second, only 7 points. Sullivan in third with 5, and Scott in fourth with 3. Here then are the final results of the Paul Bunyan, the final stop of our Steel Timber Sports Series. No surprise in first place, Roland Esslinger. He came in at the lead, and he leaves with the lead. 58 points. Mike Sullivan in second from Winsted, Connecticut with 51 points. Melvin Lentz, the tall Oregonian, with 46. He's in third. And Rick Halverson, the very likable Wisconsinite, in fourth with 35. And that's the story then, the final standings.
I'd like to congratulate Mike and Melvin for doing a real fine job and for making it a close competition. Well, when I stepped off the log and Mike was still going, I had in back of my mind there that I think I had it, so it was exciting.
Only 90 minutes left of hardcore porno. Surely that's wacky sports action, Jim. Oh, yes. What's he, Vicar?
You're watching Trax.
Eurosport's coverage of the Grand Prix athletics season continues on Saturday. We'll be going live to Oslo for the famous Bislett Games. The Dream Mile sees Peter Elliott taking on the great Abdibile. World record holder Steve Backley attempts to shatter the 90-meter barrier in the javelin. The 10,000 meters is certain to be a great race. Watch the Bislett Games live on Saturday on Eurosport. Together with Mobil 1 and Nike, we're way ahead of the field. 10 of the world's top 20 tennis players are in action in the Mercedes Cup. Ivan Lendl, Andres Gomez and Max Wilander will all be in Stuttgart competing for a share of the $1 million prize money.
You're watching Trax.
All over the world, high school girls take to the ropes and turn them slow. Starts the beat and the loop. They skip and jump through the hoop. They might break and they might fall, but the girls from New York City don't. They just start again, start again. Hey, ever next?
Time to do a little qualifying in what is known as the speed round. Some well-trained 8th graders. Now remember, this is dynamic force from New York. Here's how this works. The jumper must get in as many jumps as possible in 2 minutes. Judges count the number of times the left foot leaves and then touches the floor. And in order to succeed, the most incredible amount of concentration, energy, and communication goes on among all 3 athletes. Although the communication isn't always spoken. It's kind of a feeling. Look at Mitsu's eyes. Look at that concentration. Stephen and Charmaine. Left, left, left. You can hear the clicks. The jumper is the focus of the attention. However, turning these ropes at the speed for that long requires every bit as much training. Stephen straining. He glanced up at the clock there. You might have seen that. 30 seconds left. Again, click. That's left, 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 left. You know what this is like? I guess it's kind of like doing a 440 at a 100-meter pace. Wow, and it's over. Although from the look on her face, the team doesn't look like they're all that happy with that performance. I don't know why. Vince Lombardi used to say the knee, it's always the knee. That was football, and this is double Dutch. Translation, the lace, and so on. Proper lace work is extremely critical. You remember Coach Pam Smith? We just talked to her. She's also a teacher at the Lewis Fox Middle School in Hartford. Her original Black Magic team in 1985 established a world record of 369 jumps, or steps, in 2 minutes. You know what that is? That's over 3 steps per second over the course of 2 minutes. Nicole, Rhonda, and Shanty going at it right now. It's this team's goal to shatter that very formidable record. And we've been milling around amongst the athletes. If any team can do it, this one can. Of course, that's easy for me to say. You might be listening and hearing the girls communicate with each other. Imagine the intensity. Left, left. Okay, 30 seconds to go.
Break, turn, start, go pull it, Rhonda, jump, think, more,
15 seconds to go.
Come on, Rhonda, you can do it, Rhonda, come on, Rhonda, come on, you do it, come on, you do it, come on,
Do you love it? Don't you love it?
Have you girls
got enough breath to do a little quick interview with me?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, tell me what you went through. You were yelling. What are you communicating towards the end there? You were yelling at the turners. You two are the turners, and you were yelling. What were you yelling?
She could do it. I told her, use her arms, think, concentrate, think. She could do it. I know she could do it.
How about you toward the end? What's your name?
Shantae Williams.
Shantae,
Yes.
toward the end, did you think that you were going to mess up, or did you?
No. I never.
No, folks, it wasn't anything I said. It's the fact that they just learned that they broke the record. It's a brand new world record, 405 jumps. Now that beats a 4-year-old record of 306.
A simply stunning atmosphere in the Stadio Olimpico, and for the players of the Republic of Ireland, the realisation of a football fantasy. For all their commendable self-belief, I wonder how many of the side honestly thought they'd be playing Italy in front of this fanatical crowd for a place in the World Cup semi-finals. Their style may not be universally popular, quite the reverse among teams they have to play, but let nothing be taken away from the enormity of their achievement. This, though, tonight is the ultimate test. Italy, so endearingly creative and passionately followed, haven't conceded a goal yet, and clearly it will take an exceptional display from the Irish to halt a side that have all the hallmarks, all the trademarks of world champions. For this Irish team, they've gone 17 matches now without defeat. Their spirit is unquestionable, and although they've not won a match yet in the World Cup finals, well, they've held England, they could easily have beaten Holland, and they retained their nerve, of course, in that traumatic penalty shootout against Romania. The teams lining up now then for the anthems. The atmosphere is quite incredible in this stadium. You can, of course, see the whole of the match here on Eurosport, and we'll be back very shortly with a break.
Wrestling fans starved of their regular diet of frenzied fights during the World Cup football feast will be thrilled to hear that their hard-hitting heroes are back. On Tuesday, the superstars of wrestling will be clambering back into the ring for more magnificent action. And on Friday, watch out for primetime wrestling. That's the Superstars of Wrestling, Tuesday night at 9, HUK.
The new Mazda 626 offers substantial rewards to those who drive it. It impresses you with performance, with its feel of stability when cornering or on the straight. And of course there's the 626 style, the beauty of which your eyes can judge for themselves. The new Mazda 626. No matter how you look at it, it's what you're looking for.
Eurosport is going show jumping for the next round of the Tulip EC Trophy. We'll be cantering over to Connaught to watch Europe's top riders compete in this prestige event. John Whittaker of Great Britain, Jos Lancic of Holland, and local hero Ludo Philippats are among the favourites.
Oh, Tuesday afternoon on Eurosport. It's worth watching, and that's straight from the horse's mouth.
July comes alive on Eurosport. Football, we conclude our complete coverage of the World Cup with the final live from Rome. Cycling, there's the relentless excitement of the Tour de France, every day and every stage from the start near Poitiers all the way to Paris. Golf, all 4 days of the British Open live from St Andrews, as well as all 4 days of the Scottish Open live from Gleneagles. Motorsport, 3 Formula One Grand Prix, the French, British and German. Every lap live, and the French Motorcycling Grand Prix live. Athletics, great Grand Prix meetings, Lausanne, Nice, the Bislett Games live from Oslo, the Dream Mile and more besides. So join us in July on Eurosport, where sport comes alive.
Well, here at the Stadio Olimpico, the two teams then break to their respective ends. And what a noise the Irish fans are making in the stadium. Around 15,000 here. And here is their lineup. The news from the Irish camp. The major injury concerns have cleared up. John Aldridge and Steve Staunton both declared fit. So it's back to the substitutes bench for David O'Leary, Ronnie Whelan and Tony Cascarino. Jack Charlton keeping the side that started against Romania, which means John Aldridge then is in the starting lineup. And Niall Quinn will play up front alongside him, preferred to Cascarino from the off. And I wonder just how much motivating they needed from Jack Charlton. Not too much, I would think. So much at stake here, the greatest day in the history of Irish football. The Italians bring back Roberto Donadoni, the AC Milan winger. He didn't play against Uruguay. He's in for Nicola Berti, who's suspended. Otherwise, the lineup, as we expected, no place for Gianluca Vialli. He's among the substitutes. Roberto Baggio and Salvatore Schillaci, the new hero of Italy, they resume their partnership up front. Maldini will play on the left at the back. De Napoli, a midfield role for him. And of course, Giannini, the playmaker in the side, the man who's impressed so many people in these World Cup finals. And Baggio, who scored that glorious goal against the Czechoslovakians. But Schillaci is the man of the hour, and Toto, as he's known, is the hero of Sicily, where he comes from, of course, as well as the whole of this football daft country. David O'Leary then among the substitutes, Cascarino, who may well get his chance if the front pair isn't working. And also John Sheridan there on the bench. And plenty of smiles among the Italian substitutes. Who came on and scored the second goal against Uruguay after Schillaci had at last broken through. But Italy struggled for some time, over an hour against Uruguay, which I'm sure will have given hope to the Irish. Searing heat in Rome today, a little cooler now, but fantastic passion generated by the crowd. Irish fans outnumbered but far from overwhelmed, and relishing every second of this magnificent night for them. So then we're almost ready for the kick-off. The racy World